Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Are you getting a tax refund this year, and is it already burning a hole in your pocket?
Valley News Live reporter Rachel DePompa teams up with the financial website NerdWallet for some great ideas on how to rein in your refund.
A flashy new car, that tropical summer vacation, granite kitchen countertops. We can all think of a lot of ways to spend some extra cash.
Put it towards my business.
Sit alone, try to get caught up on that.
Paying bills.
Ooh, save up for college.
Honestly, I need a new engine in my car.
Probably going to Texas to see my family.
A lot of us grow up used to the idea of extra money in the spring in the form of a tax refund.
It's okay to treat yourself a little bit, maybe buy that new coat you've been eyeing or go out to a nice dinner, but you don't want to blow your entire refund on impulse purchases.
Kelsey Cheehee is a personal finance expert with NerdWallet. She says it's okay to splurge in moderation, but you should really have a plan in place before your refund ever hits your bank account, and use most of the money to pay down debt. Start with the most expensive card with the highest interest rate.
If you've built up a balance, and a lot of us have over the holidays, if you're still trying to pay that down, good use of your tax return is to just pay down your credit card balances.
Another good idea, start a savings account. And if you already have one, build up your emergency fund.
Start small, start $500. That actually covers a lot of the major financial emergencies that people will come across.
Another idea, put your money in an individual retirement account, better known as an IRA. You may not be able to touch it for years, but your money will grow faster.
These may not be fun ideas, but they are helpful ideas for your future.
It's not the sexiest way to spend your refund, putting it into an IRA, but it is a really smart move.
And if you remind yourself what a tax refund really is, it could rein you in. You paid too much in taxes, and the government is simply returning your money without interest.
And as a reminder, all income tax returns are due tonight at midnight.
A Twin Cities man with a history of erratic and criminal behavior is now charged with attempted murder after police say he threw a child over a third-story railing to the ground below at Mall of America Friday. A criminal complaint says 24-year-old Emmanuel Aranda has been officially charged with attempted murder. The boy's mother told police she and her son were standing in front of the Rainforest Cafe when Aranda came very close to them. That's when the woman says Aranda picked up her son and threw him over the railing. Aranda told officers that he planned to kill someone at the mall the previous day, but it didn't work out. The boy is still in critical condition at a Minneapolis hospital.
There are some big concerns coming out of North Dakota State College of Science tonight.
A detailed performance audit at the Wahpeton College found several red flags in its Division of Workforce Affairs, including conflict of interest, failure to provide information, falling short of goals, and inaccurate reporting.
Valley News Team's Katie Opperly met with the president of the school today to hear his response to the audit.
NDSCS President John Richmond is remaining positive and standing behind the college following an audit report accusing it of inappropriate activities surrounding the Career Workforce Academy.
In our response, I think you'll see very clearly that we disagree with some of the recommendations that were brought forward.
Richmond says one recommendation in the report sticks out in his mind that he disagrees with. This recommendation states the funds used to pay for the services from Flint Group violated either the State Board of Higher Education authorization or the terms of NDSCS's contract with the Southeast Education Cooperative.
There's an indication that we maybe obstructed the process or we withheld information in the process. And there's no way that we did that.
The report also indicates Tony Grinberg, the vice president of Workforce Affairs, helped pick the Flint Group as the consultant on the project, but failed to properly document that his wife is Flint's chief financial officer, creating an undisclosed conflict of interest.
The evidence that we show clearly states that no employee, no one at NDSCS is outside of the compliance of policy or Century Code at all. The employees that have chose to work here have a passion to educate and train the workforce and stay within the compliance and regulations and rules and laws that we're governed by. And we've done that.
Richmond says he hopes people read the report as well as his responses before making any judgments. In Wahpeton, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
The chancellor of the North Dakota University System agrees with each recommendation set forth. If you'd like to read President Richmond's responses to the different recommendations in the audit, visit valleynewslive.com.
North Dakota lawmakers have passed a measure that makes it illegal to pass a pet off as a service animal. Representatives voted 85-4 today to approve the measure that makes it an infraction for falsely claiming a pet as a service animal to gain admission to a public place or obtain housing. There's a maximum fine of $1,000. Backers of the bill say it's aimed at protecting disabled people who truly rely on service animals.
In a televised speech to the nation, the president of France said the Notre Dame Cathedral would be rebuilt. Fire destroyed one of France's most famous landmarks, in fact, the world for that matter. Some 400 firefighters battled the blaze and saved the cathedral's structure. The cathedral spire was undergoing renovations when a fire broke out and quickly spread to one of the church's rectangular towers. At one point, it looked as if the fire would not be controlled and the cathedral would be lost. Police are treating the cause of the fire as an accident and not terror-related.
Water covering portions of Interstate 29 north of Grand Forks has crews working to clear the road. Take a look at this. They're working to place inflatable water barriers along southbound I-29, about 20 miles north of Grand Forks. Drivers have been advised to take alternate routes in recent days due to the water covering the interstate.
The flood fight isn't over in Cass County either, and city and county leaders continue to discuss how to battle floodwater. One of the most threatened areas continues to be around Harwood. That's where authorities say nearly 2,000 residents and around 400 homes are being affected by flooding.
We did extensive studies to analyze options for either adding additional culverts or modifying the road, lowering the road for 6 inches or lowering it for a foot, putting a concrete overflow section over 1,000 feet long, 1 foot in depth. But unfortunately, because of the volumes of water, it really didn't have a significant impact.
Some residents in Harwood tell us they're meeting with the Township Board Supervisor to find a solution for the amount of water in the area.
West Fargo construction on 32nd Avenue and Cheyenne Street has some in the community wondering what will become of their neighborhood. The Lights development will consist of an entertainment arena, which will sometimes hold concerts, as well as 4 mixed-use buildings. A next door post has some residents asking a lot of questions about the noise disruptions, all the way to whether they'll get hit with special assessments. Both the city and developers tell us they will not be special assessed. As for the noise, we're told those who move into the buildings will see possible noise in their lease agreement. And for those outside the development, we're told they really shouldn't notice it at all.
The buildings that are going up 5 stories, 6 stories, a parking garage, they're surrounding this plaza. So they're going to kind of keep the noise. They're going to keep everything intertwined inside.
The plaza's events will be coordinated by the nonprofit West Fargo Events, but the community is encouraged to provide input on what they would like to see take place there.
President Trump marked the tax day by promoting his tax reform bill at a Minnesota trucking company. The president pointing to the strong job market as evidence the tax package is working. His administration is promoting the bill in the wake of the recent polling showing just 17% of respondents feel they're paying less in taxes under the new law, and 28% saying that they're paying more. During his visit, protesters verbally dueled outside his appearance near Ilhan Omar's Minnesota district. President Trump and Omar are locked in a war of words over an edited video the president tweeted that includes controversial remarks Omar made about 9/11. The freshman congresswoman and her supporters saying the president is putting her life at risk. It's controversy that started with a comment from Omar about the worst terror attack on U.S. soil, calling it, quote, "some people did something." The president later tweeting a video editing Omar's comments with images of the burning towers. Omar says she's from Minnesota where, quote, "we not only welcome immigrants, we send them to Washington."
Check this out. Ring doorbells are not only great for catching package thieves, but also meteors shooting across a clear April sky. Jason Doty from South Fargo sent us this video. The meteor was captured last night around 11:20.
Heads up Fargo residents, if you have elm trees on your property, the city's forestry department is working to manage the future spread of Dutch elm disease. Inspectors will be checking firewood at homes around the community through the end of the week. They're going to be contacting property owners and marking any elm firewood with paint. Residents are then urged to dispose of the logs containing the bark by placing them on the boulevard by April 29th. Dutch elm disease destroyed nearly 200 elm trees in Fargo last year.